was fucking miles away.
All right, we are live now. I think we started
Oh,
stream with bro is fucking miles away. So we got TTS Cactus tonight, Swirl, Strong, and Shader here. Zeal, I hope will show up at some point, but we didn't really hear from him today. But so we'll see what happens. In the interim, yeah, the
I was gonna ask for opinion. Some voices first, but sure, let's go with this one.
Jesus
You
Christ.
want to run that by me one more
Could
time?
could you could you get a less thick Boston accent and try again? God. Anyway,
Yeah, sure, but now you're gonna hear me try them out.
great, perfect. So every time Cactus speaks, it'll be a new TTS bet. All right. So
It's like what I was doing.
yeah, Swirl. We are going to start with you. So we're gonna rewind just a tad because I keep forgetting to do this with Swirl. Like for the last several weeks. But basically, what is going to happen is that Swirl, you're finishing up your watch, and as you're finishing up your watch, you hear a woman's voice. Now, give me a quick perception check.
Okay, hold on.
Hello, everyone. This is Obama.
Jesus.
13.
13. Okay. And where would you be doing your watch? Would you be like patrolling up on the border, like the like top deck of the ship kind of thing?
Yeah, Monty's probably like watching over the side for monsters and is probably like paranoid about it happening again.
Okay. Yeah, because you had such a great time with the first bunch of monsters that you met.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Strong. Right, I forgot I haven't promoted everybody.
Yeah.
Here you go. I got you guys. There you go. So, um, you're not like, yeah, you're kind of like a little bit lost in thought with your 13 perception there. You hear the voice, and then you turn around, and you don't really see anybody, and then you turn back, and there's this woman standing on kind of just the edge of the ship, and she's very like elegant looking. And she's kind of perfectly poised and balanced just on like the side rail of the ship there. And like there are other people around, like there's members of the crew, some of the pirates and whatnot. And I think something that you would take note of right away is that like there are other people that like walk by you, and like this woman is kind of like standing there looking at you, and they don't even acknowledge her. Like they don't even. It's almost as if they can't see her.
Cool.
But and as you're looking at her, like you turned around because you weren't sure where the voice came from, and then as you're looking at her, you hear the voice again, but you notice that her mouth isn't moving, and you actually are kind of hearing the voice in your head. And
Lovely.
she goes, "Greeting, Montague. You are one of the last who believe in the ways of Sardior. No doubt you've recently felt your power fading."
It's been a concern of mine.
Well,
What's all this about?
concern that I've come here to rectify and put to rest. She says, she look kind of like looks at you, and she just says, "As you're quite aware, the beacon of Sardior's power is no longer with us. For Eldari is gone from this realm." What did I miss? Not much through. Just me traumatizing Swirl with ghost voices in her head.
No, it's fine. Monty's used to it.
But she says, and with the source of your power and the focal point of your oath that you swore gone, your powers will eventually fade, Montague. And she says, I'm here to try and help you retain them. She says, I am a loyal retainer of Sardior's, and another being who could extend their power to you for a time. She's kind of hinting, like, at this point she's saying, like, if you were to swear an oath to me, perhaps, then you could borrow my power and keep your magics for your adventure and use them to protect your friends.
But okay, so Zai, would that count as breaking the oath to swear to another one?
Technically, your oath is technically right now the way that you could consider. So give me a religion check.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, is my oath annulled?
Because what oath are you?
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Is now a void, baby.
Hold on. Oh yeah, +0. Let's get it.
Oh boy, it's nothing like a religious
10.
class with a +0. Awesome. So with a 10. Okay. So you kind of, like, you've heard of basically paladins whose oaths have kind of either fallen through either of their own accord or not necessarily in this sense where the being who is helping you by providing you with power is just gone from reality. But in essence, what this is that you do know that you basically you're feeling the power that you are being lent during a day. Like every day you do a long rest and your power comes back to you. You have started to notice that that connection or that place that you draw your power from seems to be weakening. And today is really the first day where you felt that, like, you tried to draw your powers back into you like you would normally do in the day, and you didn't get as much of them back. Like, at the end of this long rest, I would say right now you'd only get 3 of your 4 uses of Divine Sense back. Or was it Divine Sense that you were using?
Yeah.
If you've used any of your channel divinities, I'd say you'd only get like half of them back, because I think you can get like 2. I think you have 2, maybe. I can't remember for Paladin, but basically you're getting less resources back, and your spell slots, if you are getting them back, you'd get 1 less level 1 spell slot back today. And
Cool.
And so you yourself are already feeling the impact of this. So you swore your oath of vengeance, and what like, share with us a little bit more about, like, what your oath of vengeance was in regards to, because I know I think we haven't really explored a lot of your character's backstory. I know you're still probably, like, fleshing out some of the corners, but, like, I think you have the gist.
So I think what I had decided was that it had more to do with, like, the people that were displaced and caught in the crossfires of, like, conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like on behalf of them. Although I would imagine it would be it's tied to the conflicts in the Isle of Animalkin.
Yeah.
Like, it probably all stemmed from there.
Which was largely
like
a civil war. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah. So in the gist of what you're looking for, also thank you for the self-care check, Spectre. In the gist of what you're looking for with your oath is you wanted to be that beacon of balance, basically. Like, you were going to step in and make sure people didn't get displaced from their homes. You were going to try and put swift ends to conflicts so that people weren't so that the common folk weren't, negatively impacted by what was going on around them. And, the current circumstances that you find yourself in, like right now, you've been tossed 30 years into the future. Like, this. You're surrounded by people on these boats who've been displaced by the current conflict going on, which is at a scale unimaginable. like even like millions of multitudes from what you experience on the Isle of Animalkin, and you still hold your tenets of your oath very close to the heart, but at the end of the day, that being that you swore the oath to is no longer here, and that's where this being has kind of come to you. And so this is she introduces herself and she says, "My name is Herodel." Now give me
Rodell.
a you can give me a history and religion check.
They're both zeros, so
Yeah. But we'll see what comes of it. I'm giving you both of them and we'll see what happens.
That's a 16.
Okay.
Nice, we love +0.
You want me to roll the second one?
Yeah. Roll both 16 and
A 4.
a 4. Okay. So,
Where have I seen
Not
that
this
before?
squirrel.
so for the
Ooh.
for the religion check of 16, you do recognize the name Herodel. You recall that through the teachings that you've kind of followed under the following of the way of Sardior, that Herodel is one of the 5 Thanes of Sardior. So what these Thanes are basically great worms that were in service to Sardior directly. And you do recall from your religion check that there's basically some form of legend that each of the Thanes retains a certain amount of Sardior's power for themselves. And there's a partial legend that states something to the effect of, if the 5 Thanes could be reunited, that Sardior may once again walk among the living. But that's just basically a legend or something that the followers keep close to their hearts, and a long distance prayer of maybe our Lord can be brought back in the future at some point, but it hasn't
Imagine
really...
knowing who Sardior is.
Jesus cactus.
Riz out here sleeping. But so she basically just kind of says, I know that you're no longer in a time or place where you're able to prevent the travesties that are happening, but if your power fades, you won't be able to save anybody. Your party members, your friends, the civilians here on the boats, and she's gesturing to some of the people that are walking around on the deck, and again, none of them seem to see her or acknowledge that she's there. Give me a quick perception check.
That's a 19.
Nice. So, as you're kind of looking around, you notice that most people are ignoring her, except for one man.
Is it fucking Cyrus?
Nope. There's another man that's kind of been sitting
Oh.
up on the rails, and
It's been me. I'm
Cube.
here the whole time.
I hate that guy.
You should,
Aelithilios. Yeah, Aelithilithos.
yeah, that sounds like a fucking dragon name if I've ever seen one. But, can you get, a cube, not cube?
oh, is that a cube?
Yeah, it's a cube for me.
Oh,
It's a
bummer.
cube.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. I'll find it.
Unfortunately, a cube.
Damn, because so the Herodel isn't a cube. That model
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, that works.
No, that one's fun.
Oh fuck. Okay, hold on.
Cube moment.
That sucks. Hold on. Let me
Cube
see
moment.
what I can find. Shit. Because I really like that model. It looked
All
very...
hail the cube.
Just better reload it.
All hail the cube, the best event in RimWorld.
Fuck. Well, I didn't think this far ahead. I didn't think this
Try
far.
to load it again.
Okay, well here, I'll try it. Is it still a cube? Or did it load this time?
Yeah.
Did you
Asset,
think it had
asset bundle error.
Okay.
Yeah, asset bundle
Used to
error
be.
not found.
Alright, alright. Okay,
Fix it, shit.
I'll just find
There's nothing I can do.
another one, don't worry.
Take a
Hold on.
screenshot of what it's supposed to look like and drag that image in.
Basically a very handsome dude.
Okay.
Yeah, you should
actually how
Oh wait,
can I smooch him?
you can see it on
Cactus.
end.
Okay.
I will to smooch.
Cactus wants to smooch.
Yo, I just get fucking Klein from
Where are they?
Sword
Can I
Art.
will to bite?
Okay, hold on.
The old smooch bite fake out vampire classic.
The Vampire Classic.
Yeah, of like going to hug or kiss someone and then just biting them. It's a classic.
My aunt does that.
Your aunt?
Your aunt?
It's
Swirl knows all about that. Wait, what the fuck?
No, hold on, Shade. You're not getting away from this.
Should explain.
no, nothing happened. I just thought it'd be funny to say that.
Okay.
Shade,
What
you
is
have to
your-
fucking explain.
Does your aunt need to be put in a
Yeah,
home?
please, by all.
Oh, my aunt's a nice lady.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
I don't believe you.
Damn.
She used to force Zach to carry birdseed into her trunk all the time.
That sounds
that
like
was-
a euphemism.
That was part of my job. Oh, whoops. Hold on.
Yeah,
Undo
but she'd
that.
specifically ask for you.
Just to annoy me. I had to Control Z. Hold on.
Okay. You
Sorry.
can kind of see everything for a second while it loads.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I love seeing a bunch of green octopus looking tanks.
Don't worry about it. You saw nothing. It happens.
At all.
Nothing at all. That's it. I was like, oh wait, I'll just use these, but I can't. Okay, hold on. Fuck it. I'll just use this guy for now. And how do I spell his name?
Here you go.
God, you're real for that?
Hold on. Oh, is that a
Hi, Zeal.
Zilmac?
Loading hotguy.obj.
No, now it's old guy. I couldn't find another hot guy, so get fucked, I guess.
Hey, hot and old are not mutually exclusive. Okay.
What
Ageist.
does the original model actually look like? I opened the stream to like. on your end.
It's like right here, like this. I have it here. If you can see my stream.
Is that a Warhammer mini?
Hold
I
on.
don't
Yeah.
think so. Is it?
It's fucking Katos carries.
What's going on?
The current one
Can't do
is.
that.
Hot guy. Generic white guy.
Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna use this old guy model that I have sitting in the corner here. So he's now an old guy. It's fine.
He's
Wait,
okay.
why is
Where the
Kato
fuck-
Sakari's here?
I have no idea why Captain Security.
Hey, we
I
wouldn't
put
listen.
that there as a stand-in.
Okay. So
That was your stand-in for hot guy Shade? Or fucking not Shade. Subzor?
No, he's a cool
I
guy.
get
I just
blamed
thought
for
it was
anything.
like, I
Sorry.
thought I was looking for other models, but I don't have any models like that. I just
So-
have fucking Space Marines.
So, what did I miss?
Everything.
so
Monty is talking to a ghost.
yeah, basically Monty's talking to somebody that only they can see right now. It's on their
Might
watch,
be-
so no one else is
Might be
awake.
dragons or just like
As-
not dragons.
As far as last week, somebody want to give Zeal the cliff notes of last session because I know he wasn't here.
We walked
Monty
on
got
water, there's a bunch
grabbed.
of monsters underwater.
Monty
Did
got
they explode?
yoinked.
Monty did get yoinked, and then I tried to stab the thing that yoinked Monty. Was that the week before?
No, that was last week.
Where'd I even
The
go?
week before.
You're here. You're on the
Oh,
central
over
road.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
We both.
Um,
And the mast, the
Moment,
the
please,
poles,
everyone.
the poles for the boats are stretched pawns.
Okay.
But stretch ponds.
What kind of dragon is Rodell
They're-
supposed to be?
My
They're
rattlecopter goes swell.
with Swirl's religion check, so you got a 16, right? So of the 5 Thanes, Rodell, you recall, is a crystal great worm.
Crystal Grey Worm.
Is it like worm with a Y?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, as you were trying to looking around, you noticed that there's only one other person that appears to be looking at you and Rodell.
Cool.
And this person you've actually seen, like, in passing on the boat before. Like, they've seemed to be with the civilians. Like, they've just been there. Like, you've seen the face in passing.
Okay.
But Rodell kind of presses you, and she says, well, what will it be, Montague? Do you wish to continue to protect those around you, or will you cling to your previous oath and slowly fade away to, well, being powerless?
Pose if it has to be done.
Which kind of answers that?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I guess swearing side oath is fine. Maybe. Totally won't have plot implications later.
And this is where the other gentleman who has kind of you noticed was listening to your conversations kind of walks up and interjects into the conversation, and he just says,
The plot implication is you don't get paladin powers.
the plot implication is you lose your adventuring powers. This guy walks up
Then you become a ranger.
and he says,
No, I have to be a fighter. It'll be bullshit.
he says, Paladin, I would recommend you not be too hasty with whom you trust.
That's fair.
He says, this one here, though, not to speak ill of their like, is not presenting as who they seem to be. I am God, I'm going to butcher this. Alethylos? Alethylos.
You know-
Eleathilithos.
Aleathilithos is my name.
You know, you name these people, right?
No, I take these names
No,
from a pre-established lore.
Okay, yeah, no. Do they not have like a shorthand name?
This is
Unfortunately,
Aleph,
no.
alright? Does
Aleph?
anyone object to
His name's
that?
Aleph.
Aleph?
Little
Okay.
Allie.
This is Aleph.
Eli.
All right. So, you may call me Aleph. But he says, they speak in half-truths. I think you've noticed your powers are fading. But the world still needs warriors like you. This much, what they say is true. I realize this may sound similar to what you've just heard, but I am also a Thane of Sardior.
Oh, lovely.
I would
We're collecting them.
encourage you to pledge your next oath to myself, and not this charlatan.
Choices.
Now,
Do
you,
we want a background check on this guy?
So
And good
I
thing Wells was
I-
around because he would be calling up Bull if he done all this.
so I don't, well, and
Well,
this
this
is
just like
and Swirl. This is where like you can like you're the one on watch right now. So like you could go and rouse some of your party members and see if you can involve them in this to see if somebody could come and assist you. But if you want to attempt a religion check right now, you can.
Do you have
Sure.
some motive?
Sorry, what's that, Castro?
no.
In whether or not they have sense motive?
So that was a 7.
On your religion check.
Yes.
So, during your first religion check, you recognize the name Rodol. This one, you're having trouble placing Alethilithos, or Aleth
Aleph.
for short. But you're not sure of this one.
Okay.
Now,
Simple Google search could help.
no, don't.
A simple Google search? Is that what you said? Did you say a
Yeah.
fucking Google search?
A simple Google search.
King LOL.
It kind of sucks to be like the thing that's forgotten.
Yeah. Now, what I would say is that if you want to give me an insight check, you could do that to kind of try and see if you could discern anything between the two.
Okay. Hold on, my computer's having an issue. Okay, did you say insight check?
Yeah.
Sorry, okay. There's 2 people on the boat directly below me that are talking to the rabbit to try to convince him not to talk to a spirit that only they can see.
Technically, you're
that's a
sleeping right
10.
now. That's
Can
a
you
10?
put me in a yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Technically, you're asleep right now, Rukli. You'd be up in the crow's nest, but probably asleep getting your full rest in. Zai, do me a favor, roll a d20. No reason, just... Oh, I guess I shouldn't have read that. Sorry, Spec. So you...
Spec?
So what
Why
you
does
get?
Spec want you to roll?
What did you get, Sorrel?
But
Sorry.
give me the gist of it.
10.
10. Right in the middle of the road.
Doing
So
bad rolls today.
I would say you're not really able to discern anything from either of them. Like, other than, like, you know, one came offering you power, the other interjected when that one offered you power. So it's hard for you to make a decision based on that, like, who, I guess, in terms of insight, who you would rather trust. You do recognize the name Hrodal, or Hrodel. You didn't recognize Aleth due to your rolls.
Okay.
But you could rely on your party members. Like, if there is party members you'd like to bring into this conversation, you can try and rouse those ones.
Well, if people are asleep, I wouldn't want to wake them up.
This is the final watch of your long rest. Yeah.
So it's like already getting to the end.
You should wake me up.
Do you want me to wake you up? So you
That'd be
what? So
funny.
you can
Everybody
so
up.
you can try to bite ghosts.
Wake up as it'll be so productive.
It'll be kind of interesting to see that interaction.
I mean, it'd be kind of metagamey. If you're cool with it, we can do that.
Okay, so you're
I
gonna.
think you should scream and wake everyone up.
Ghost.
I don't think.
You know what?
screaming is encouraging.
I think the play is just like tell them to come back later.
Swirl, don't wake Riz up. I'm cutting Lam out.
It would be out of character.
Okay. So
I think-
we're waking up Riz, or
No, I think we're just gonna
No.
tell them to come back later. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think Monty's ready to make that decision right now.
Okay. So when you kind of decline both their offers, Aleth goes, an understandable decision. It's it's a lot of weight on your shoulders. Take your time. I will be here on the boat when you wish to speak more. Frodel gets a little pushy. She's like, Monty, you already feel yourself fading. You're a great warrior, a hero, somebody who protects the innocent and the weak. Don't you want to keep doing that? Don't you want to keep your power?
I think there's a way to have that and not be entrapped in something else, potentially. I'd like to see all my outs first.
Oh, very well. And she says, I would never trust Alith, as she says sarcastically.
Yeah, because she can't say the full name.
Yeah. she says, if either of us is the charlatan, it is him. Simply say my name when you wish to summon me back, and I will appear to you. And she kind of snaps her fingers, and her image disappears. Alith, on the other hand, says, I bid you adieu, Montague. And he kind of enters the below deck of this ship, and we'll be hanging out down there.
Okay.
So, with that, the long rest ends, so you guys all get your full heal. And everybody can wake up and figure out what we're doing with this day. So right now, just to recap a little bit what happened, you guys did capture that Kuatoa last time. Strong negotiated with it and basically lied to it, saying that you guys were taking the fleet further south to go around the Forgotten Isles, and then you spoke with Zago to navigate through the Forgotten Isles, which, if it works, and if that deception works, should buy you more time of having this army not quite on your tail. You guys already scuffled with a few sea creatures, so you're not really sure if that was part of the army or what it was. Swirl got a good look at one of their heads, but that was about it. Couldn't see anything else under the water. Just, I think, Strong, it was your spell that went off, Fairy Fire, that affected some of the other entities under the water, so you knew that they were there. But you guys start off on your day, and I guess what would be some of the first things you guys do, based on everything that happened during that last night's watch?
Riz wakes up and says, "Who are you? Where am I? Who am I?"
You already did that.
Oh God.
You already did that
This
during.
again.
You already did that during your watch.
Damn it.
You've read your book today, or your scroll, or whatever.
Game.
But when
Oh,
you
God, what's it called in that?
when you wake up, Riz, Cyrus is just kind of nearby in a corner, like got his feet crossed, like kind of up on a barrel, just watching
course.
you. Yep. He's just always there.
This fucking guy. Riz sticks his tongue out at him
He
and
just
goes upstairs.
then goes upstairs. All right, cool. Cyrus kind of, follows you up, and you kind of all meet with everybody else.
I love the idea that Riz is being babysat by a vampire.
Yeah, and then Rukli comes down from his crow's nest nap. So you three are on the same boat, if there's anything you three want to discuss. Elijah and Wallace. Wallace, you've been on the central boat this whole time. I don't know, what would you be doing? We didn't really get a picture of that last session because you weren't here. But what would Wallace be doing mostly, like during the seafaring? Like, would you be, like, would there be anything in particular you would be doing? Zeal?
Depends on if there's anyone that is interesting to converse with or information to acquire. In other words, probably not.
Well, it depends on, I guess, your definition of interesting to converse with. I mean, there's a few of the characters, like, you're on a ship with Eldria and Kalen, with Zago piloting. So there's, I mean, characters that you know on this ship. I don't know if you'd be able to glean anything from them in conversation. Also, below deck, there's the blacksmiths, the druids, and the cook, along with a number of civilians. I know Elijah tried to speak to a few civilians and people on the ship before, so you never know who you might run into. But it would depend on what would pique your interest, I guess.
If we went through the bit by bit, civilians are beneath me. Druids don't have any common ground magically. Blacksmiths are of a whole other profession. After all, everyone knows wizard is a profession.
Mm-hmm.
Zago, while he is competent, has never really came across as the most learned individual.
I thought wizard was a lifestyle.
Zago is a wizard.
Species.
Yeah, Zago is a wizard. Still, I think that is common knowledge. But you are correct. He is not as learned.
I didn't say he wasn't a wizard. All I said was he wasn't as learned.
No, his style is very different from yours.
And as for the other two, well, wait, what'd you say their names were again? It was
Kaylin, the princess, and Eldria, who is the you guys have discovered that she is a branded apostle, but she seems to have found a way to I guess it's not subjugate. What's the word I'm looking for? Subdue the influence that it has on her.
Oh, suppress also.
Or suppress. That's the word I'm looking for. Thanks, Strong. So she's found a way to suppress its influence on her, and I mean, she is still like the crown wizard, or like one of the highest wizards of the area. So yeah, I don't know. She might be somebody you'd be interested in talking to.
That would actually be interesting, although not necessarily because she's a wizard, although I guess that means she would actually have something to talk about. Instead of me just sitting there observing. And by that I mean, obviously this whole brand thing is science. I mean magic. To study.
Weird science. Alright, so yeah, what do you want to ask her?
And also, it's not like I have much to say to the princess, since I didn't have much to say to her 30 years ago either.
Fair.
He'd probably at some point, unprompted, show up and just sort of, kind of, what's the word? Just kind of lean over, like staring at her form, trying to figure out,
Hey.
Because assumedly it's like a physical brand.
Yeah.
As well.
It is. It depends on kind of where it appears on the body. Thanks, Spectre, for the sub. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you.
Where does this one appear?
For a nat 20, it would have been 3 gifted. Oh, well, still, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. And sorry, what was your question, Zeal? The regarding where the brand appears?
That's what I was asking. Like, where is it? Where
So
does it exist on this body?
So she kind of holds her one arm up to her her arm, like her opposite arm between the shoulder and her elbow, and you notice that there is like a cloth there that seems to be wrapped with an enchantment of some kind. And she says, she says it was here that, I was branded, but I was able to weave this enchantment to suppress its influence, and I was able to kind of keep my wits about me.
So it's not so strong as to actually override your entire will. You were cognizant long enough to actually be able to weave together a spell, which does take time,
Yes, she says.
especially into material.
She kind of, like, to your point, she looks at it and she says it does take time, but she says I could feel myself slipping to its influence as it impacted me, and I worked as quickly as I could to come up with this. And like she kind of like studies it herself. She says, had I had more time, perhaps I could have come up with a more permanent solution, but for now this at least stops its progression until I
Seems
can.
effective to me. So
Oh, she says, so
what
long.
specifically did you enchant this cloth with?
It's a great question, Zeal. Hold, please.
Roll a d100.
Is I've getting hit with the oh shit, someone that can actually
Zeal
look
is
at this
now a
stuff and
potted
actually
plant.
recognize the
Yeah,
magic.
no, that's the So, well, like I said, it's an enchantment. I just need to determine, I guess, which spell actually makes the most sense to work here, because she is a high level caster, like that
Oh, well,
much
it'd have
is.
to be abjuration.
Yeah, well, it could be enchantment too. I just have to think of the one.
That's an interesting approach, because if it's enchantment, that's essentially meaning that you're using an enchantment to override another enchantment.
I don't know. I mean, there could be a non by the book enchantment on it.
And it might
Well,
no.
it might have to be that, but I'm just gonna see if
So-
there
Well,
is one that
enchantment
fits.
is like enchantment, like mind control, rather
Yes.
than enchantment, like
Yeah,
on a
when
weapon.
we're talking about the school of enchantment, we're talking about stuff like mind control. If you're using a mind control spell to override another mind control effect or spell, that actually makes a weird kind of sense. Because magic does
got,
work
like,
that
a-
way.
You've got a blanket of domination.
Yes, actually,
do
that
that, yeah.
could theoretically be a thing. Abjuration's usually the go-to for if you're trying to keep like other stuff out, whether that be physical harm, mental harm, possession, etc.
Like if you're super high level, something that would throw off like this in like a effect essentially would be like
Well,
mind blank.
and so that's the other thing too. So she does as she explains it, like she says it is otherworldly magic, like the kinds of which that we haven't really had to deal with before these beings came to our world. So she says, like, what I threw together in the limited time I had before I could feel myself slipping to its influence, I just threw together the best enchantments of what I could figure out to hopefully stall its progression. And as I'm
But that
reading
isn't
through
it.
here, hold on.
That is an interesting subject within itself, because that would mean that this otherworldly magic is not beyond the ken of our own, which means, that theoretically speaking, 1, we can counteract it if we need to. 2, we could use it if we figured out how.
And that's ultimately, like, she agrees with you. She says that's ultimately what I've been trying to research and figure out, if there's ways that I can reverse it, counteract it. But so far, any way I've tried to experiment with this, whether it's been on other subjects, or she says I fear to experiment on myself in case I lose myself while trying to run the experiment. But we've been largely unsuccessful in trying to figure out how to undo them.
If only we
His
had a
family
laboratory
feels very
setting.
nervous.
But I would say that when the time is available for it, we should cooperate our efforts on this subject. It is very fascinating to me.
Okay, so Zeal, I'm gonna say, just for the sake of it right now, the best spell I've found to kind of like indicate what I want it to do. It doesn't fit perfectly, so this like there will be holes here, but this is basically what
You
I'm.
can always just say that they made an alternate version of it.
Yeah, that's what this is going to be. So basically what they've done is they've made an alternate version of the spell Circle of Power, which is a 5th level abjuration spell. So you can read that one, see what it does, but basically they've altered that so that it can be basically reactivated on them just on her consistently through this enchantment that she's got on this cloth. That's the closest spell I can find on short notice. But basically, the point of Circle of Power is it diffuses other magics. So, in her mind, that was kind of the quickest thing she could throw together to try and keep it at bay. And so far, it seems like it's been working. Albeit, like now she's stuck wearing this cloth all the time.
Yeah, in a laboratory setting, we would have to go through the tedious process, though, of not only acquiring subjects, but also basically getting an emergency measure of restraining, well, the individual anytime that we need to test out how the brand itself works, because you can't really study magic without being able to see how directly it works.
No.
Or itself.
And she says, and furthermore, a bit of, well, at least one thing that we've discovered is that the higher level branded, the apostles, they seem to be able to sense where the lesser ones are being held. We tried to, hold a couple of subjects and run some experiments, but she says you saw where we were in the cave. It's hardly a working lab. And we've been mostly on the run and trying to just survive. We haven't really had ample opportunity just to study our enemy or figure out how to undo what they're doing to, our people in this realm.
Despite them being designated as lesser branded, they're also supposedly important enough then to actually go and rescue on their side. Intriguing.
Yeah, she says they
He
don't.
feels even more nervous for some reason where he SITSS.
She says yes, they don't seem to want us to analyze them too closely, and every time we've captured somebody, their allies have made a quick attempt at springing them from us. And given our numbers and the civilians and refugees we've taken in, we couldn't continue with sustained conflicts. So we ultimately scrapped the plan to study them until we could offload the refugees somewhere where they would be protected. She says, I'm hoping once we make it to Twerok or to the Platinum Fortress that I might be able to set up a lab and start to analyze them again. But she says, from what I can understand of the branded magic itself, it seems to impact the afflicted individual's psyche over time. They become dependent on and almost drunk on the magic that the brand grants them. And there is some form of subservient effect to those higher level branded, like the apostles or the titans themselves, that they can exact some kind of influence on the lesser branded beings.
It's sort of a slow going, but also less direct version of, say, a what's the word? I totally had it in head. I'm drawing a blank. Basically a slower version of
Color.
But
Did you say color?
I think Cactus said collar. Like the
Then,
collars.
Because the
A
collar
dog
was
collar?
because the collar didn't basically take away will. It just made it so that you had to follow its commands.
Mm-hmm.
You were always fully like it never affected your consciousness in any way, whereas this seems to be actually changing basically how you think.
Yeah, she said to like our best example is like we lost a couple of soldiers in one of our first skirmishes with them. They were captured and taken, and then a couple weeks later they showed up leading the charge at our front door, happily fighting their old comrades.
But it's very similar to magic that we technically could have access to at some point, or possibly already do, depending on the individual. But all in all, I wonder if the magic circles would work. Again,
Getting into some
better for a
wizard
lab
shit now.
setting. This has always been wizard shit.
It's always been wizard
Everything
shit.
is wizard.
It's just wizard shit all the way down.
Oh, where did these malls come from? They're way cooler. Thanks. Is that Shade? Who brought those in?
Yeah, was that literally just fucking Odin?
But
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll pledge an oath to Odin.
in any case, so
Save.
is there anything else you want to inquire about Zeal with Eldria? I mean, you'll have probably other opportunities, but just while you're on the subject, anything else kind of itching on your brain?
It's fine. We can also just assume that plenty of stuff is discussed just at any point during our travel, just because like it's not like we don't have time.
Yeah, I would say, Zeal, in your case being a wizard and same with Eldria, like Eldria is kind of a mix of artificer wizard, but I would say if you wanted to, if you
She
could...
can actually understand what the fuck I'm saying.
Well, yeah, she can understand what the fuck you're saying, but also I would say if it was something that you were interested in, because like you say, there is a lot of time that will be passing on these ships as you guys are traveling. If you want to study with Eldria, I would say I would need basically a persuasion check from you to request a study under her for a time while you're here. And then from that, I would have you do a couple of Arcana checks, and based on those, you could potentially learn a couple of new spells for your spell book.
I don't think I'll be able to do the persuasion. That's like my worst thing.
Well, you can always try.
Even though I've done a good one.
I would say you could always try, and we'll see what happens. But
Should Wallace ask someone to ask for him?
yeah, Wallace could ask one of the charisma characters. Hey, my friend would
Wallace
really
is
like you to
Wallace.
teach us.
Wallace is not reliant on anyone else. They are reliant on him.
Yeah. But would you like to try and make that request? Never hurts to
Just
try.
a flat no.
One second. And then I will give you a yes or no. Fuck it. We'll use good power, and by good power I mean we use the spell.
Okay.
I shall use borrowed knowledge on persuasion.
Okay. So that gives you proficiency in it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
which I think is relevant.
Mm-hmm. I get level 5, your proficiency is +3, right? So...
Yeah, so in this case it would only be what's the word? It'd only be like 2, but that's still better than -1.
Yeah. So give me
2 is better than -1. That
give-
is how math works.
give me the persuasion check, Wallace. Let's see.
Alright.
I have misplaced my phone. I will be right back.
No worries.
Don't do that. Here, let me just roll this die. I'm not gonna use either of my portent dice. They're not really good options right now.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Okay, this is like 18.
Yeah, I would say that's a success. So she agrees. Like she says, yeah. She said, "I'd be, you've helped us out in the past. You're, part of the crew that helped me out of my observatory back 30 years ago. She says, I'd be more than happy to teach you a few things." So, as we go, I would say, for every day we're on the ship, we'll do an Arcana check. And that'll be basically like your ability to learn that day, what she's teaching you. And then for every success, you may learn a spell of the levels that you can learn. So I think right now that would be level 1, 2, and 3. But it would be depending on your Arcana check. So what I'll say is that if your Arcana check is above a 10, you may learn a level 1 spell. If it's above a 15, you can learn a level 2 spell. If you get above 20, you can learn a level 3 spell.
Okay.
Okay? So you can make your Arcana check for today, like now if you want, and then you can add that to you can pick a spell to add to your spell book based on how you roll. Nice.
Okay.
Gets a level 3 spell right off hop. Okay.
I'm taking it. It's my.
Yeah.
You can read the spells.
Well, that is the point of being a wizard. Okay. So moving on from Wallace. So Wallace will spend probably a good chunk of his day with Eldria doing that. Monty, Rookley, and Riz, you guys are all hanging out on the boat there. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? And Elijah, I know you're off by yourself, but would you kind of just hang out by yourself on your ship that you're on, or would you go and try and, explain what happened to you last night with your party members as well?
Oh, yeah, sure. I can go over there and basically tell them about it.
Okay, you're still doing the water walking thing, so you're just gonna walk over.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys can all be part of this conversation while Wallace is doing his wizarding lessons. Okay. So converse. The 4 of you are here together.
Okay.
Cyrus is leaning nearby in a corner, on the central pillar, just watching
Alright.
Riz.
Hopefully we can make some ground. Some.
He looks so
distance
cool.
Today. Last night there was a. What's that thing called?
Kuatoa?
Yeah, Kuatoa. That wasn't quite intelligent, but was part of a scouting force that I fed false information, so they should think that we're going around the Isles rather than through them. Other than that, how have things been over here on the ship? Haven't been seeing anything, I'm assuming.
Shade, Swirl, Riz? Anybody? Guys? Are Strong and I alone in this call?
Yes.
We don't remember anything.
Oh yeah.
Riz, well, okay, so Riz, you would remember what you did last night. You tried to bite Monty.
I what you want me to say, Zive?
You did wake
Sorry,
up for...
go on.
You... What the fuck is that noise?
Dog.
I don't know whose dog, but
Sorry, Odin's being
Sorry,
annoying.
is upset.
Doggo is upset. So Riz, you had your wake up during your watch last night. So you, even though you went back to bed to finish your rest, you would still remember your watch from the night previously, which basically what happened during your watch was you bit Monty.
The one where I was naked, right?
Yes. So you freaked out on Cyrus. Rukely told you to read your scroll and calm the fuck down. And then you went and bit Monty, and that was mostly your watch.
Okay, cool. I don't mention any of that.
No, Swirl, are you here or you're on mute? I feel a Swirl may have walked away for a second. Yeah.
She went out to get her phone.
Oh, right. Yeah. So she'll hopefully be back here shortly. But yeah, Rukely, you were part of the Kuotoa stuff from the night previous. Same with Strong.
Sorry.
Yeah, you were the only other one awake that kind of saw what happened or interacted with that situation. So you're aware of that.
Oh yeah, I was shooting stuff while people were walking on water. It wasn't a good time. Right?
More or less, yeah. And then the one combat you guys were in, I mean, I think you all kind of got a taste of fighting on the water.
Right. I don't really have anything to say about it though. Send them off. Or do we still have them? Didn't we give him a false report and send him on his way? So there's nothing really we could do about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess in the interim, while we're waiting for Swirl to get back,
Fishing.
fishing is what Rukely will be doing. So as far as the Zago's had some of the crew on the few ships kind of keeping a watch on the horizon, trying to see if they see anything in the water. And it's hard because the water is still dark and murky, but for the most part, they've been on a higher alert since last night and since you guys caught the Kuotoa. But they haven't really seen anything. There's nothing to report yet. So today goes by relatively quietly. Zeal is practicing some magic quite effectively with Eldria for most of the day. There's...
Is there anything I could practice while time goes by?
I would say, yeah. So you do have, I think, didn't you get bracers of archery to become proficient in longbows?
Oh yes, yes I did.
So
But I already had Zeal check them.
right.
I already.
So I guess you could learn practice with a weapon proficiency. If you wanted to practice with longbows, for instance, you could practice while you're wearing them, but to work towards gaining a permanent proficiency with them.
Oh, I see.
So then that would free up your if you found another pair of gauntlets you wanted to wear later, you could free up that slot essentially. So you could do something like that. Set up some targets somewhere on the ship or in the water. But you can give that some thought and let me know what you want to do. Elijah's...
I don't know why I'd ever use different bracers though.
I don't know. It depends on what you find, man. Elijah, would there be anything that you would want to do? I mean, you can pick another skill too, Shade, if you want. If there's something else you'd like to spend some time trying to learn.
Alright, I'll think about it. You just go ask around.
Okay. Elijah, is there anything in particular you would like to do with your time? This is a kind of a free day.
Dang, a free day.
I'm hoping when Swirl gets
I
back.
can't just spend the entire day on the boat I'm not assigned, but like it'd probably just be like prayer, like, and reading like holy scripture and just like talking to people
Okay.
in the other boat.
Back on the boat that you were on originally.
Yeah.
All right. So give me, I guess, give me a charisma check.
Okay. I think that's just 15.
So 15.
Pretty sure. No, it is a. That's a save. Okay, so it'd be 16.
16. Okay. So I would say that you kind of take a particular interest in the 3 Tritons that helped you, fight, or helped you apprehend the Kuatoa the other day. So the 3 of them take, you go up and, start talking to them and try and ask a little bit about like their history, like where they've come from, why they're with these folks. You get to learn their names. So there's Alicera, Thaloran, and Corveth are their names. And they kind of like they say that like they explain to you, because I guess one of the things you might ask about is you notice that they were particularly violent with the Kuatoa, and they kind of explain like they feel a little bit like embarrassed because they weren't keeping their composure well, but they do kind of confide to you that they say like our kingdom was basically destroyed by those creatures, and those creatures are so dim-witted and so great in number that when we hunted them, they were usually in small groups, or they weren't very organized. But when they kind of all start to amalgamate and start to believe in something, that being it can be quite dangerous. So part of our duty on the seafloor was to keep them to a point where they couldn't group up or put like get big groups of Kuatoa together, and ultimately we failed in our duty. So we watched our kingdom fall because of it, and now there's a greater being that's using their innate potential to boost its potential much further and much more dangerously, and we've lost our home and our brothers, and it got the better of us, so we lost our composure, but we're happy to work with you, and you seem like you have a good head on your shoulders, so they feel a little bit apologetic for kind of how they acted, basically.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, good stuff, Queen. Glad to hear it.
I understand where they're like coming from, especially considering like I'm sure they've lost like a bunch of people personally, so
Yeah. So, but you spend like the day basically like talking to those 3, getting to know them a little bit better. So, and you talk to a couple of the other people. Like you still know Michael and Bulgagar, the other 2 Dragonborn people you talked to before. You might get to learn the name of everybody on your boat at this rate.
King Michael.
Which I don't know if naming NPCs is a dangerous pastime, but hey, we'll see what happens. Swirl, are you back?
name is like
I am.
what is it?
Sorry, I found my phone and then I fed my cat.
Thaloran and Corbin or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
I've named them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So, and I've named the other 2 Dragonborn pirates that you talked to before as well on this boat. So, like the people you've talked to have names.
Yeah, I was trying to spell it however I could.
Yeah. So Swirl, now that you're back, everybody kind of got together and had a little bit of a powwow this morning and talked a bit about, what happened last night. Did you want to bring anything forward?
I think I yeah, probably bring up the two chuckle fucks.
Okay. Now, Elijah, we'll retroactive this. We'll bring you back into this conversation because this happened earlier in the day before you went off and did your stuff that we cut to. So you're gonna bring up the two names, Aleph.
Yeah. Ask if anyone.
Aleph and Rodel.
Yeah, ask if anyone knows who they are.
Okay. Elijah, if you want, you can do a religion or history check. Riz, there'd be absolutely no point for you to do one.
During this time, can I be talking to like the Tritons to try to learn their language?
Smiley face.
Smile. Sure, yeah, you could, like, if you want to try and talk to a couple of the Tritons and see if one or two would be willing to, like, try and teach
They were
you
speaking
some.
Primordial, right?
They were speaking Primordial, and Aquan, I think, were the two that they could speak, but I will double check on Aquan. I know it was Primordial that they could speak.
Well, I'm gonna find an amicable Triton member.
So while you're doing that, give me a charisma check while you're just trying to riz somebody up to teach you their language. But
Heck.
so Swirl, what, I guess, so are you're just asking for help, like, in terms of trying to determine who these people are?
Yeah, if they're trustworthy. Either one of them.
Okay,
People
so
know the names.
Strong, did you want to do a history or religion check?
I got 15.
15. So you definitely, like, your religion is a little bit different than Monty's, but you do know, like you've heard legends before. Like, everybody's heard, tales and legends of dragons here and there, and there are some names that are quite famous. You're pretty sure you've heard both of those names before at some point. You're not really sure, if one's more trustworthy than the other. Basically, from what you understand, and Swirl kind of already got this with Rodol, but Rodol is a crystal grey worm, and Alethithos is an amethyst grey worm.
Crystal and Amethyst, Great Worm, okay.
So these are gem great worms. So typically most of them are very neutral. Now, I'd say if both Monty and Elijah want to give me, I guess it'd be history checks to determine, I guess, the demeanor of specific types of dragons.
Monty also?
Yep.
Oh boy. Please roll better than me.
You know I won't.
I rolled a 2. I think you can do better.
8.
Bruh, you guys are
Wait, use a different die.
you guys are
Those
fucking
too small.
killing me.
You think that die is cursed?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, use a bigger die. Here, just use this. I don't know.
I
like,
already
Or
rolled.
use Kirby.
Try one more time. So try different days. I'll let it happen.
Okay.
There's a fuck ton of dice over here.
First.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. So what you can recall, at least, Swirl, from some of your learnings, is that amethyst dragons are very. Actually, here, hold on. I want to make sure I get this right.
I think you should wait for the other dragons.
Just wait for them all to show up.
Well, isn't it like 5 or 6?
I know, like, I think I would know next to nothing about, like, fucking gem dragons. Like,
Yeah, well, and that's fair. You probably don't, but Swirl does. So I would say, Swirl, what you recall of amethyst dragons is that they are logical thinking dragons, and oftentimes they're kind of cold and calculating, but very logical and intelligent. Lavender skin, crystal-like scales. Their breath weapon is a force weapon. And they're typically considered to be the most powerful of the gem dragons, amethyst ones. Crystal dragons, on the other hand, are more friendly, curious creatures. They enjoy conversing with other creatures, but sometimes come into conflict with other dragons due to shared preferences and habitats. Their breath weapon is a radiant cone of white light. And they are the smallest of the gem dragons and have translucent crystalline scales.
Okay.
So as far as their demeanors, that kind of gives you a bit of insight into each one.
Okay.
Through.
I don't think that helps me much.
I mean,
But you do explain,
Oh.
like you explained what's happening to your magic to, I guess, Elijah and Riz.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you I don't know, like, perhaps when you meet with them again, you should pay attention to what they're saying and how they say it.
I
Like,
mean,
how do they
the
interact with you?
Hrodel definitely seemed pushy and manipulative. But I feel like if the other guy had good intentions, he would have come to me first and not try to piggyback off of her.
Possibly.
Might be a lesser of two evil situation. Well, it seems like it is.
Well, typically
Can't
it's
sit
the
around
le-
doing
the
nothing.
lesser of two neutrals. Gem dragons are notoriously neutral.
Fair. Lesser
Just
of two
odd that one of
neutrals.
them is
Fuck you,
evil.
Zai.
I mean, there is neutral, evil, and good, but yeah, you know.
Who's this
Which
Marley
neutral are
Marley?
they? Tell us.
I can't. You didn't get high enough for that. 14 doesn't get you alignments.
Neutral.
I rolled a 14. Give me their alignment chart.
Roll better next time.
Man.
Meh.
Don't make me use inspirations on this.
You absolutely should. But regardless, yeah. So you let them know. You let Elijah and Riz know at least that your powers are fading. Did you want to bring up the other thing that happened to you last night? The fact that you had a little pixie-sized thing bite you in the neck.
Monty?
Yeah, that happened to you.
What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, he did bite him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was asleep.
No, he did wake up and smack you.
I got away with it.
Oh my god, it was right. God.
He doesn't know it was me.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
Couldn't handle a big bug.
Very large mosquito.
He literally was holding you in his hand after he swatted what he thought was a mosquito. So do you want to have a confrontation on that,
That's
Swirl?
crazy. You were dreaming, bro.
I don't think a confrontation is necessary.
Okay.
It will happen again, though.
You want to make everybody aware of bitey tendencies?
Yeah. Just like, I don't know. Maybe lock your doors and your windows,
How'd you kids?
just in case.
All right.
Lock your doors and your windows, and maybe like keep a fly swatter on you.
Keep a fly swatter. All right.
In case of no fly swatter, an oar will always work.
I mean, it's great, I guess, that like you have Cyrus just like listening to the fact that like the Riz bit you.
Well, he actually already knew. Like Monty and him had a conversation after it. I think after it happened,
Oh yeah.
or during. But he knew that it happened. And he's still questioning why you guys trust Riz. Put a bell around his neck like a cat. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's hilarious. That would be such a fucking nerf.
He will take it off.
Yeah, not if it's cursed like the collars and you can't take it off.
I
Anyway.
swear to my patron.
Swear to my patron. All right. So, with that said, okay, we'll dip everybody back to their respective boats for the day. Rukli, what was your charisma check with the Tritons? Did you roll well?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I rolled a 14, but I forgot that I can boost my charisma once per long rest with the Mark of Shadows
Okay.
to roll an additional d4 and add it, so I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
And that's a 3, so 17.
17. Okay. So I would say, yeah, like you get talking with a couple of the Tritons here on the deck of the ship, and you know, they've seen you fighting over the last couple of days. These two in particular were the ones that dove in to help Monty fight with the creature there, and they dove down and said, like, you know, they kind of fled from combat after they saw what the hell they were fighting. But you know, they did see you in action, and they have some admiration for you. So your 17 is enough to get them to talk to you and open up to you a little bit. So they are kind of a little bit infatuated with you. So they do you know, listen to your request to potentially learn a bit of their language. So they will sit with you. I will say that it's similar to kind of how Zeal's learning some new magic. I'd say you would be the same. So like you'd spend today sitting with them and trying to pick up some pieces of Primordial, and I would say would be some kind of, I think, intelligence check to learn something new. A second here. I'm just thinking.
Wouldn't it be wisdom?
Wisdom is more like accessing knowledge that you already know. I feel like intelligence is more based around learning something new.
Because it says it reflects the effort to read body languages, understand feelings, and stuff like that. But I think this could be intelligence.
I mean, it could go either way. Like, I'm just gonna.
Need to draw on logic, education, memory, deductive reasoning. Yeah, I guess.
Normally intelligence would determine how many languages you have. In like previous editions, at least.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a sub check in intelligence that I'd have him roll for. I don't think it would be Arcana. I wonder if it could be investigation.
Two.
Probably be just a flat thing, if not history.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really fall under history. So
I got a +1 regardless on everything, so just.
Yeah, I would say let's just do a straight intelligence check for now. Maybe figure it out later, but I think, yeah, for now, straight intelligence check.
I got a 10.
10? Okay, so I would say, based on your performance of doing that for the day, I would say. Actually, you know what?
I learned how to introduce myself.
No, hold on. I would. Is your insight better?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, let's roll your insight, because I think like a lot of learning language is trying to like understand the nuance and like how things are said and why things are said. So I think insight could apply here.
19.
Perfect. So with that, I'd say basically put down primordial in your languages and put 1 out of 5. sessions, and when you hit 5 out of 5 sessions, we'll say that you can understand the language.
Okay, I did it.
All right. Okay. Riz, anything you'd like to do today in your text to speeching? Probably squished to fly my hand. It wouldn't get off. Ew. God. God, I hope this music is copyright free that all of a sudden started playing.
It is.
Is that the orb of copyright free music?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Cactus. Is that you joining the call?
The fourth chorus is a bitch and silk song, and I'm so bad.
Lamau, I haven't even gotten there yet, but I know what you're talking about.
God.
Fuck that guy.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
So Cactus.
I'm very bad at it, but I am having fun. Anyways, let's talk about D&D, because that's what we're definitely actually doing right now.
Anything that you're doing in particular today? Like, you have kind of a free day to use as you would see fit.
I fucking know. I try to hide from Silas. He continues to find me. So he's just gonna fucking sit there and pout.
You're just gonna pout. You don't want to, like, talk to Cyrus?
No, because every time I talk to him, he's a fucking creep.
God. Oh, okay. So Riz is just gonna pout. Monty, you want to, like, hang out with Riz, or?
He's gonna learn no new skills. He's just gonna sulk.
I don't think Riz is capable of gaining skills right now.
Wait.
God, I wish he was.
Man's got, like, what was it called? Fucking Rube Goldberg syndrome.
Yeah, we didn't have like any kind of communication beat, did we?
I feel like you guys did, didn't you?
I know that the people that we were like capturing did, but I don't think we did. Our communication thing was like just kind of Riz because they could talk to
Yeah.
Feldari.
Mm.
I could, like, fly around and shit as well. If Eldari, who's that? I don't know.
We should ask Riz and just try and talk to Feldari.
Yeah, Riz is gonna look at you and go, who?
Just like basically your like creator or father, like.
Well, I don't remember any of that. I can't even fathom a name, much less a face or a figure that I would speak to.
How did it work before with Riz? Like, they just kind of, like, talk to them?
Basically, it was more on Fraldari's side. Fraldari could kind of enter into Riz's mind at any point to commune with them, being that he was their patron. But, I mean, on that line of questioning, Riz, roll me, I guess, like,
And also, like,
I'm trying to, like, a connect the dot. Roll me, like, a wisdom check. Just a general wisdom check. Just trying to connect some dots here.
Thing would essentially be, like, how does Monty feel with, like, the disappearance of, like, Sardior and, like, Fraldari? Like, how
Bad.
that feels, and, like, yeah, but, like, does Riz feel the same way?
Hello, Older and Dumber. Thank you for the Kickstarter is 100% funded! Hey!
Hell yeah! Yeah.
Look at you guys go! Congratulations! That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a shout out here because I'm bad at things. Shout out Older and Dumber. All right, well I'll have to figure out how to get my package. I'll either send it to Cactus and find some way to get it from there, or if possibly if we could figure out some way to get it to Canada, that would be cool too. But I totally understand if that's an impossibility right now, given the border friction of our countries.
You lost your package.
No. I supported their Kickstarter. They had this amazing Kickstarter up for. I guess it would be better if I could get somebody to explain. Actually, wait. You guys are here in chat. Hold up. Wait a
You
second.
invite them to collab.
Yeah, wait. Like I was just thinking that. I was like, can I just like pop over to the other
Oh, wait, no,
Discord
they're in the Discord.
Yeah, I could just pop over to the
Yeah.
other Discord and invite one of you guys into the VC to talk about it for a second. Do you want to do that? Is one of you guys who's in? Which one of you? So I think David's in there. Older and Dumber might be in there. Which one of you would like to talk on stream about your Kickstarter? Do we have a volunteer? Because then I could give one of you guest
Who
star-
volunteers as tribute?
Yeah, who volunteers as tribute? Votes for Joey. Votes for Hunter.
Oh, tell us about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, Joey's my dog. Oh wait, he's not even here. No, it's fine. Joey is also probably one of their names. But yeah, I don't like. I feel like I was trying to explain it, but I'm trying to think of. I'll call Joey. Okay, hold on. Need to doll out XP. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you guys or when somebody's ready to pop on, and Cactus can give them guest star status in our main server, and then we can jump. I can jump over there temporarily so you guys can talk about the Kickstarter, because I think it was a really cool project. I just know that I will explain it poorly, whereas you guys are just there. We could just have one of you guys explain it if you want to talk about it, which I'm more than happy to do. But continuing on for D&D here for a second. Where were we? What were we in the middle of? I got distracted. Riz, you and Monty were talking, I think. What was?
Yeah, kind of. Oh no.
Oh, I had asked for a wisdom check from Riz just to connect some dots. Yes,
yeah,
that was
that's
what
right.
it was.
That's why I rolled a dice. Wisdom, you say? Excellent. 8.
8. Okay. Give me an advantage actually, because this isn't like much of a stretch. We'll see if you get better than 8.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah, 5.
Awesome.
Bruh.
Man, you guys are getting fucked by your dice today. Okay. I would still I would still say like, because Elijah's line of questioning was he was explaining that you were able to talk to Fraldari before, or that there was some way that you could reach him or he could reach you. You haven't tried doing that again. You really haven't had a need to, but
Yeah.
if it's an ability that you have, it stands to reason it's something that you could maybe try.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. Riz is gonna be like, I suppose I could try to reach out, and he does. You know, he kind of puts like feelers out there to see if something answers or listens.
Okay. So. What is your best skill check? Like, would
The one I'm best at?
Yeah, would persuasion be out there?
Perception or investigation?
Let's do investigation, because you are investigating right now the extent of a
Sure.
power that you used to have. I think this is a stretch we can have.
18.
18. All right. So let's go to the one-on-one.
So
So,
yay.
For the rest of you, you see Riz's eyes. Yes. Okay, so Older and Dumber is ready to do the pitch. So I'm going to do that for a second. But for the rest of you, so that you can marinate on this, all you see is Riz's eyes roll back in his skull, and he starts chanting in a language that you don't understand. And then I'll come back and explain to Cactus what's going on there.
Oh. Okay, cool. Lovely. Awesome.
All right, so which
Wonderful.
which screen name, Older and Dumber, which screen name are you in my Discord? I will give you the proper status, and then you can pop into a streaming call with me here.
Oh, you're already taking care of it? Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, one or the other. If you want to come over to Cactus, you can.
I know. No, that's okay. I'm gonna.
Marinate.
Dude, I got the first burst to take care of.
No, that's fair. That's true. Hold on. Older voice of Hunter. Okay, hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Am I blind? I know you guys. No, hold on. Oh, wait. No, I might be blind. Boop, 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 boop. Server settings. Members.
Huh?
Ah, found it. Found it.
Stop.
No, I
Stop.
found it. No, I found them. There we go. Okay. So now, you should see a streaming call in there. Don't worry, I got you. Here we go. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Perfect. And I'm just going to make sure, speak again. I want to make sure the Discord's picking up.
Hey, everybody. I'm
Perfect.
Hunter from Older and Dumber.
Perfect. It's working. All right. Yeah. So tell us about the Kickstarter, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, first off, thanks for having me and letting us do this. You guys are great. It's really helped out a lot, and we really thank you for the support. So I'll start with that.
No, my pleasure. I think, like, when I first was reading through it, it sounded like such an awesome project, and like we have a lot of artists in our Discord and folks that we like to support. So we're happy to do it. And but yeah, tell us a little bit more, because I only read like the first bit when you guys mentioned it the first time. So yeah, tell us all about this.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so Coralthea, Waking Nightmares and Forgotten Fates is it's an anthology that we're putting together based off of our live play for Coralthea Waking Fates, which is what we play every Wednesday with, same time as you guys.
Right before us.
And, yeah. So what's happening is that each of the 4 characters, during the very early sessions of our game, when they were moving from level 2 to level 3, all sort of experience either a nightmare sequence or flashbacks into their past and backstory that sort of represented their move from level 2 to level 3, gaining their subclasses and such, but also gave an insight to the audience to their upbringing, where they came from, sort of a little bit about their motives or their mysterious backstories, those kind of things. And what we've done is we've gotten 4 of our local artists, all artists we know who we've known for a very long time. They're all amazing. The funniest part is that all 4 of them went to AIP, which is a whole thing because, that place doesn't even exist anymore. But, it's fun either way. But each of the artists is taking over one of the characters. So we have Emily Swan, who's taking over Moss Greywind. We have Joey Schichtel, who you all know plays Ra-Ra, taking over Ra-Ra's story. We have Joe Holly taking over Kaith. And we have Jeff Munn taking over Fizzy. And each of them are turning that nightmare / flashback into a visual story that will allow audience to actually see those things come to life. And not only them come to life, but be able to experience it in a way that differs from just hearing it audio-wise. You'll be able to actually experience sort of what they experience, see their emotion. And the other thing we're doing too is adding in a little bit more about the world lore in this. So getting the book and hearing it, whether on YouTube or live, you get 2 experiences that tell you more about the world that you wouldn't have had listening to only one of them or reading only one of them. But it's a really big passion project for us. We've had Coralthea in our play group for many years now, and we're finally bringing it to, people around the world, and it really means a lot to us for this to be funded and to be able to bring the book to people, and we can't wait to do more of them.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Like I think I've only been able to tune into a few sessions of your guys, but I've said before, I love your guys' setup. I love the general vibe of your sessions. They're very, very cool. I'm still very much a learning DM, and I just like to mostly torture my friends, but I think that sounds like an amazing project, and having all of those different sections of character growth kind of being brought to like an actual physical product as well is really, really cool, and a really huge step for you guys. So I think that sounds amazing, and you explained it way better than I could have possibly done. So thank you for
I'm sure you would have done an even a good job as well. Thank you so much for saying that stuff, though. And actually, every time we come over, I'm really jealous of how you use the because you're using Tabletop Simulator, right?
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator, and I mix it with I designed the maps in what's it called? Dungeon Draft is what I was using originally. Now I'm using Dungeon Alchemist, and so a few more of the newer maps I'm making with Dungeon Alchemist because it's quicker and easier. And it
Nice.
kind of self-populates the rooms for you. So like instead of me trying to like manually figure out like, okay, I need to put this here and this here and this here, it'll like automatically populate a room, and then I can make my story around that room, which for me as a DM is very helpful, because I often get like writer's block when I'm trying to like design an encounter. So if I already can visualize what the room is going to look like, I can design the encounter around that, and it has helped me a lot. So that's the new tools I'm using. But yeah, I can import it all over into Tabletop Sim here, and this seems to work really well for the way that we do it. So
Yeah, it's really cool. I literally, every time, I'm like, oh man, I wish we did something 3D. Like, Roll20 is awesome. It does all of its nice stuff, but the 3D stuff always makes me jealous, because I was like, man, I want to do that. It's like having minis, but we don't have really minis.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like it's a little bit more to stand up. Oh, and Cactus wanted me to show the engineering the sandwich over here in the corner, just hanging out. Like, it kind of gives people as well like an opportunity just to like screw around on the table as well, which sometimes gets a little bit distracting. But then when it's not your turn, you have other things to do because you're playing a game.
Oh no, for sure. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah,
I love that.
So, but yeah. But anyway, thank you for coming on and explaining the Kickstarter. I look forward to seeing the finished product, and I know we'll probably be chatting now that you're in the Discord and everything. We'll definitely be chatting and keeping in touch more often too. So thank you so much for coming on and talking about that. Do you guys have an expected date for the rollout of it yet, or?
Yeah, so we're definitely hoping. So the idea is that everybody is going to get this stuff before Christmas. We're going to be shipping them.
Quick turnaround time.
Yeah, because we've been working on it. we had the sort of brainchild early in the year, and then finally, as we got closer to August, things were getting started, and we were like, okay, we can see the end coming. Let's get this Kickstarter going so that when we're done, we have the money ready to get it printed. Because the other reason why we're doing it too is we do a local show every year. It's the biggest in our area, actually. Biggest in the Twin Tiers, which probably doesn't mean much to you because it's in New York.
I was gonna say, I think I've seen similar events up here though.
Yeah. So it's the biggest convention in upstate New York, but every year we do it, and we work closely with the people who run it. So we're actually like releasing it physically at Twin Tiers. So even though people backed it, the shipping will be happening before the show. So people might get their stuff right before the show. But we're going to have physical copies at that show, and we're doing an exclusive cover for it as well. So we're trying to get it printed before then.
Awesome. So sick. Well, so it'll be this year, so I can get to catch up and read all about Caralthea. Am I saying that right? Caralthea?
Coralthea.
Coralthea. Sorry. Yeah. I can read all fine. I can read all about Coralthea as this year, later this year, and get caught up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you know what? I'll make sure we throw a few extras in your stuff. So.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. So,
Well, it's very kind of you to have me on.
well, no, anytime, and hopefully, yeah, we'll get more opportunities to do stuff like this in the future. But yeah, if you ever have any other Kickstarters or things like that, please you put them in the Discord or shoot them out on here. We're always happy to help. So.
Sure.
In any case, I should jump back to my players so that we
Yes.
can finish up the session here.
I really shanghaied this a lot, you know.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, all right, we'll talk to you later, Victor, and I'll keep an eye out for when that or for when it ships out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, keep an eye on the updates and stuff. You'll know when. So, but thank you guys so much for having me, and I'll see you again some other time.
Perfect. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I'm back over.
Shade said you had to leave.
No, that's okay. I think he had something else that he had to get to later this evening anyway. Okay. So we're back to it though. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that project. I think they did an awesome job with that. And again, thank you, Victor, for explaining that much better than I could have from reading it, and with much more passion. Okay. So getting back to it here. So Cactus, your eyes roll back in your head. Wait, Cactus, are you here? You're on mute. Maybe not.
Hi, I'm here. I literally just heard you on Twitch say, "Cactus, are you here?" I scrambled back over.
All right, you and I, anytime, Victor, we're happy to help. So Cactus, what everybody else sees is your eyes roll back in your head. You start muttering in a language that nobody else understands. You and I are gonna go over to the one-on-one, and super fun stuff is gonna happen.
Oh.
All right, Cactus, how's it going?
Worse now, thank you.
Worse now? Oh, but come on, don't you want to learn more about the lore?
The lore?
The lore?
The lore? Alright, hit me with that the lore, though.
The lore? I'll hit you with the door. Anyway,
Dorian would not appreciate
Dorian would not. Okay. Okay. So, you reach out, and, like, you kind of, like, like Elijah and Monty said, like, you used to be able to just kind of reach out to your patron and commune with them. So you try it. Like, you just, you think really hard on it. You're not really sure, how to do it, but you try, and you did very well. And you hear this, beautiful voice in your head. It's a woman's voice, and she goes, "My, that is quite interesting. Where have you been, little one?"
Are you Freldari?
No, I am your mother, Alashtar.
I thought I had a father. That's what they told me.
They must be lying to you then, my dear. I am your creator. I am the one who made you what you are. But it appears that you are broken. Are you forgetting yourself?
Every day I have a note that I've written in previous hand before, and it tells me the things I should know.
Oh, my dear, that's not supposed to be happening to you. You're supposed to inflict that on others. You kind of hear like a quick snap, and, your recent memory kind of comes back to you all of a sudden, at least of the last couple of days, not of your previous life. But now you remember things like being created by a Lashtar. And all those memories that you would have had about being created by some other person, they're all overwritten by memories of a Lashtar. And, you know, she is your mother. She is the one who made you out of the magic of memory. And she says, I've adjusted the way that my magic's impacted you, and I apologize, my dear. Please use this as you see fit, and you feel this kind of powerful aura kind of start to emanate from you. So you now have what's called a forgetful aura. So this is a 20-foot aura, and creatures in this aura must succeed a DC 16 intelligence saving throw or lose one prepared spell, feat, or known language for 1 hour.
Okay. You're a fucking bastard, Zai.
So, you write that down. So, this is an aura that triggers, what I'll say is, every time somebody... I don't know if I want it to be every time somebody enters the first time. I think I'm going to say, yeah, just the first time somebody enters this aura. Every... like, I guess every hour. They have to make that save. Well, yeah, we'll tweak it. Like I'll advise you when people have to make this roll. But now there is a 20-foot forgetful aura around you, and she just says, please use my gift wisely, and you won't have any more problems with your memory, and she says the shadowy one. The one who watches you. You should eliminate him. And then she just says, when you're ready, or you want to evolve further, seek me out. And she flashes a memory into your mind of a thickly wooded area, and there's a great tower that stretches high up into the clouds. And she just says, seek me here. And then she launches you back to your body.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, we're back. So, Riz kind of comes back to his body. Now, I guess at this point, Elijah, you were over there kind of, you were the one who'd suggested this, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just say, move you back over here. You and Monty would be in this area. So, as Riz snaps back to his body, I need both Monty and Elijah to give me intelligence saving throws.
An int save?
Int save.
Hey, guess who has a +0 to int saves?
Oh man, that's a bummer.
2.
7.
Cyrus
Two.
and all these other guys, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it for Cyrus. 2 and 7?
Yep.
Roll the 7.
Alright, so Cactus, do me a favor. Do we have a D? We don't really have a... What did I... Hold on. I guess roll me a D4, Cactus.
1.
1? Alright, so... Monty and Elijah, you both lose one of your prepared spells for the next hour.
Okay.
And both of you kind of feel like this happened the instant that Riz kind of snapped back to being himself. So both of you can very easily attribute this to whatever just happened to Riz. But from what you could tell, the second he snapped back to his being, you both felt kind of forgetful all of a sudden, and you've each forgotten like some of the spells you prepared today. So yeah, anything you guys want to talk?
I don't think that went well.
Do we wanna discuss what that was?
Yeah. Riz is gonna be like, I talked to her.
Yeah, no, Fraldari wasn't a her.
No,
Who's
my
her?
No, it's my mother, Ishtar.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
That wasn't
I'm gonna-
wasn't communicated from context.
Oh wait, Elashtar?
There you go. I was gonna send
Okay,
you the
alright.
proper
Yeah,
spelling.
Ishtar, no.
Elashtar. Is Ishtar a thing? Is that from something?
I think it's from something else.
Ishtar is from something.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So-
Elashtar. That's my mama.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't.
She's fixed me. I remember things, not a terrible, great many things, but I remember that I was made by her hand, and now I shouldn't forget in the morning.
Do you
We hope.
remember what you just said to us? In definitely not common.
No, you have no recollection of what was happening to your
No.
body while you were in the other place.
No, I don't.
Cool.
I don't think who you're talking to made you. We saw Fraldari make you.
Well, that's not how I remember it.
Yeah.
And
Do you
clearly,
feel
I have the best memory of those among us. Nothing
Do
has
you-
ever been wrong with my memory.
Do you feel affection for this mother of yours?
Absolutely, you do. 100%.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do. I love. I'm such a mama's boy. I love her dearly. I made her this mug, and it's just like wet sand because they're on a boat.
I don't think this went well.
Net zero
like-
information. The only information we've gotten out of this is concerning.
No, it's not. It's not net zero information. It's literally just like
We got information. It's
it's
just
negative information. I did not want. This did not need to happen.
Information derogatory.
All right, Riz,
information derogatory.
I don't think that was your mother.
You were spouting
You're
cognitohazardous
probably-
words.
You're probably gonna be mad at me for saying that, but you've
Well,
never
she-
mentioned
Mother
anything
said
about
you-
a mother before.
Mother said you would say such things. Seems she was right.
Yeah, no. Okay. Do you remember before today? Do you remember being confused earlier today?
I do, and I remember that pervert watching me bare-chested.
I don't
Okay.
forget about him, but like that memory, that's real. Like that actually happened. I don't know about like the previous memories.
Well, why would she give them to me if they weren't my true memories? I mean,
Not everybody is nice.
well, you don't have to be nice to be honest.
Not everybody is honest.
Well, I know my mother loves me, and that's good enough for me.
You didn't know them before today.
I forgot, but now I've remembered, and my life is better for it.
Alright. Where's that helm of, like, where's that non-detection thing?
Which non-detection thing?
Like, the amulet of non-detection. It's not gonna matter for, like, this Titan or whatever it is. Like, but I'm putting that on Riz.
What? What do you mean? I've been wearing it.
No, you don't need it.
Yes, I do. Fuck you.
You don't need it anymore, trust me.
Oh,
Look, if you're
God.
really that concerned with the non-detection, I could
I
learn
I
and
also-
cast the spell later.
True.
Well, you can...
What's up, Cactus?
No, go on, you're fine. Oh, I was gonna bring up, because I was using the TTS at the time, it did cross my mind of like, well, there is the possibility Wallace knows a very good test subject for figuring out the branding thing.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Hold them down.
Bro weighs 2 apples, like, you can...
No. No, but anyway. You wouldn't suggest that anyway yet. We don't have a lab.
Ah, true. Oh, I thought the lab was for restraining and, like, keeping them there.
That too. It's both.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I guess, yeah, Wallace, you've been mostly over dealing with Eldria for most of the day. But, I would say, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't really be involved in this. So, okay. Elijah and Monty, is there anything else you want to question here with Riz?
What is Cyrus's take on what's happening with Riz?
Cyrus seems to be kind of writing a few notes down as Riz has been talking. He hasn't really made a comment, but he's been taking like note and stock of what's been said.
Does he look like he wants to say something?
It looks more like he's just been observing, but after he finishes writing his notes down, he kind of looks to you two and he says, "So I take it we were all impacted by the same feeling that just happened."
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your psychological damage?
Well, he says, I appear to have forgotten something that I had planned for today.
Lovely.
But he said, I know the brand of which your friend wears. It is a brand that plays with memory. I thought it simply was impacting his own, but now he appears to be affecting those around him. My suggestion is that you isolate your friend, else he impact you more negatively still.
I respect the pragmatic and utilitarian take, but I don't think we should socially isolate him, because it's unfair to him.
Do you want to continue to be impacted by such a thing? I, for one, do not. I will keep my distance, but continue to watch you, Pixie.
Riz is just like...
Why are you looking at me like it's my fault? You act like I have control over this. Things just happen to me, and I have to deal with them.
Yeah, I love the idea that he just like moonwalks over.
Yeah, he just moonwalks out.
He moonwalks across the deck, ignores the little like dip
Ritual
here. He
slides.
just He like stumbles off the little dip here and like just does not react to it, just keeps going.
Yeah. But Elijah, Monty, yeah, you guys have both been impacted negatively by this. And you can see like the other people kind of that were nearby start to give, Riz a wide berth. And they're kind of muttering things like apostle.
I mean, we can get Riz a muzzle, right?
What? Why are you putting a muzzle on me?
Not about. He doesn't
I
need
don't
a
think-
muzzle right now. Where's that non-detection amulet?
I feel like a muzzle and a gag would be supposed to be two ends of the same spectrum.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Muzzles
I mean,
are for
okay.
fighting.
Well, since everyone is so upset, Riz is gonna. I assume like the crow's nest is. Oh, I died. I assume like the crow's nest is like
I'm
pretty high up,
gonna,
right?
I'm
Like,
gonna
I'll
ask
also-
Riz not to talk to his mother.
fly.
Riz, you and your mom are now no contact, okay? It's for your mental health.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, great.
Fuck off! Go away! No, don't bring him up.
He still has to
This is
watch
a flick button.
from a distance now.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't think he was gonna go that far.
He just fucking went. Oh god. Okay, yeah, no, he's just watching you from
man
the other
flew.
crow's nest. But yeah, so yeah, you'd be correct. Like up there, you'd be for like pretty far away from most folks that it probably wouldn't impact them. But it is a solitary existence up there.
Is that a yawn I hear? Is the dungeon master Eepy?
The dungeon master's always EP. But so you're just gonna hang up in the crow's nest. You just hear as you fly.
Oh, yeah. No. Something that kind of sounds like,
Wait for it.
uh,
Yeah. That. That exact sound. Oh my god. Jeez, it just goes.
And the good thing Wallace isn't around because every time that Riz says or does anything, it makes Wallace want to throttle them.
careful, he bites.
Um,
I'm aware. That's why. It's probably the one thing he's aware of more than anything.
the
Put
bell.
leather gloves
Yeah,
on it,
through
and then
through
handle it safely.
through still says the bell option is on the table, guys. Oh god. In any case, so all right, so Riz is isolated themselves, seemingly. Monty, Elijah, how do you guys want to continue here?
I will mention that Wallace will not have a solution to any of this, but if you brought it up to him, maybe he would. That is to say, I'm not going to try to do anything about something I'm not aware of.
I don't
Fair.
know if those two, like, I don't know if those two Thanes that you spoke to are trustworthy, but maybe you should ask them something about Riz. Since it seems that his condition has gotten worse if he's having false memories.
I love the idea that they're just both in like on like the higher ends of like the mass, and they're just like staring at each other.
Yep, that's
across
exactly what's happening. Well, the one told you how to resummon them, and the other one told you where to find them. Swirl, if you want to try to have those discussions with Elijah.
Edgelord in a crow's nest. I should throw rocks at him.
Jesus.
You can still draw power from Fraldari, can you? Or like from Sardior, can you not?
Like a little. It's just going down.
basically, yeah, like the way I described it earlier, Monty's magic isn't replenishing as it should. So, like when he did a long rest, he got like one less resource of each thing back that he was supposed to.
I don't imagine it's possible to basically like feel the like magic or like source from like another person. Basically, like they are things of Sardior. They wouldn't feel like Sardior, would they?
They like, well, essentially they would have their own power to draw from. Like, I guess the best way to describe it, if what they say is true, is that they're basically like kind of like demigod dragons that Sardiar would have created. So to a degree, they'd have either an essence of his power or would have been blessed by some kind of boon of his that granted them power. So there would have been some possibility of, well, like there would be basically something for them to draw divine power from and then lend it out similarly to like a paladin or a warlock or something like that.
Right.
It's basically another kind of almost deity that you could draw power from if you needed it for your class. Is kind of the basically what they're proposing. But in order to do so, Swirl would have to abandon her current oath and swear a new one.
Yeah. That's not great.
What is an oath really?
I mean,
A
is it
sacred
okay
vow
in context?
of obligation and duty.
Yeah, but like,
Is it like fine in this context? I guess I'm not really a paladin, but like
Cleric.
even, like, in that
Cleric
case,
is
like,
paladin
avoid it,
adjacent.
Avoid it. Avoid having to like really swear a new oath.
It's generally to be avoided.
Generally, yeah. Like I would say, so like if Strong, if you want to give me a religion check, I'd say at advantage because like you're a cleric. You know a little bit about oaths and like worshiping divine deities.
I was gonna make the joke about someone having an oath to protect someone, but then basically failing to protect that person despite their best abilities.
So 20.
That wouldn't be them breaking their
20.
oath, but then they're like, I swear a new oath.
It
an
is
oath
still
of
them breaking their
vengeance."
oath.
Yeah. So from like what you know, like so it's not necessarily that Swirl will be breaking the current oath that she's under, but from your interpretation and from the interpretation of like a few like maybe case studies or things that you've seen in the Church of the Silver Flame before, there have been points where either paladins took up a new oath after they completed one, or if their current oath served no purpose. Like let's say you had a vengeance paladin and somebody else accomplished the vengeance that they were seeking and their oath served no purpose anymore, they would sometimes abandon it and take up a new oath, or simply abandon it and go on with their lives. Paladins are a little bit more nuanced that way, in the fact that like they have power while they are under oath and obligation to another being. The fact that Swirl is losing her powers, or that Monty is losing his powers, shows that being that he swore the oath to's magic is either waning or disappearing. So inevitably, if it were to continue down that route, yeah, Monty would just become a Harengon with heavy armor and a pickaxe.
Which I mean, like, what worst case scenario? I rebuild him as a fighter. But like, No.
So it's a problem that deserves, you know, it's a problem that deserves attention, and eventually will come to a head. Maybe it doesn't need to be resolved today, but if Monty wants to continue operating as he has been, he may need to consider taking up an oath with somebody else. Is basically what you could interpret it as from your position as a cleric.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't really give you any insights into either of the beings that came and offered that deal. But
I feel like at least from the interactions that they had, the crystal dragon seemed to act almost like out of character, but like, I mean, and then again, they don't have to really act the same as like is recorded for their dragon type.
You gotta. I'm sure dragons love being told that they don't behave like a member of their species.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, to Elijah's former point, though, you do know that one of those beings is just hanging out here on the ship with you guys. The other one told you how to summon them. If either of you guys did want to go question them in regards to something else or on that subject,
Sure, we can
you know where to find them. Okay, so do you guys want to... Would you rather summon Hrodel or speak to Alith first?
We should probably speak to Alith since they are just on the ship.
Okay. Sorrel, you good with that?
Say that again?
Strong suggested speaking to Alith first.
Sure.
Okay. So, he's easy enough to find. You go below deck and you find him just kind of, you know, hanging out. We'll make you guys a little bit bigger again and make him a bit smaller. He's so tall. Anyway. So you find him sitting down, you know, having a drink. He sees you approach and he goes, Montague, did you reconsider my offer?
I wanted to think about... I want to know a little bit more about you first before I make that kind of decision.
Oh, well. I'm more than happy to share. Tell me, what is it that you would like to know about me?
How did you come into the circle of Sardior?
I was the first of Sardior's Thanes. I was the first gem dragon to ascend to the rank of Great Worm. And as our powers grew, Sardior brought us into his council to keep the balance in the Red Palace. And so we, for a time, it worked. There was Sardior and 6 of his Thanes. Until the time of the Great Betrayal, where one of the Thanes fell from their position of balance to a position of evil, and it fractured the council. Shortly thereafter, Sardior himself was slain. The remaining 5 of us could not see eye to eye, so we separated ourselves. But I've always remained close by to humanity and those in the mortal realms to try and aid them where I can, as it is in, you know, the nature of the gem dragons to try and help keep the balance. Perhaps we didn't do all that we should, but dragonkind still has its place in this world and in all of the planes. But this world especially, I think, needs us right now. Which is why I have returned here.
Okay, so why have you been traveling with the people? To help them?
When
It's just incidental that we've crossed paths?
well, I've been trying to understand humans a bit more, so I thought it'd be best to change my form and live among them for a time. When this calamity struck, I stayed hidden, but offered some protection here and there for some of the innocents that didn't deserve to die. So I've been trying to offer my protection to some within this group, as I think there's still a good amount of potential in this group of people that you've chosen to protect.
What of Frodel?
The one you spoke to was not Frodel. Was a liar, a thief, one twisting their form to appear like Frodel. But that's not the Frodel I would know. Though I haven't spoken to her for centuries, the mannerisms and the presence was different. I wouldn't trust that one.
The vibes were rancid.
The vibes were rancid. That's right.
What is wrong with Fenris?
Your pixie friend. Well, he says,
Yes.
I've traveled to other planes and I've seen the lasting impact that these titans have left in their wake. They're old beings, not quite as old as us dragons, but they are ancient in their own way. Their magic is unique. Their abilities, nothing like I've seen in other planes. It's otherworldly. He kind of like holds out his hand, and you can see that, like, you know, some magic kind of, like, it's almost like he's kind of trying to analyze the two of you in terms of like what just impacted you. And he says it's hard for me to place, but I think what's happened to your friend is, he says have they been called a certain name or title? Like they obviously are branded, correct?
Yes.
I guess.
So
What was it? What was it? Oh God. Oh no. My memory.
I mean, wasn't it Apostle? Like,
Apostle. Yeah.
well, he says it's from what I understand, and I think you've probably heard it before, is that the apostles are beings that are in the highest ranks of the branded power structure. They answer directly to the Titans. Hi, Kate. How's it going?
Did you buy me new strawberries?
Huh?
Did you buy me more strawberries?
No. Is there some in there?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're mom's.
Oh.
Oh. I cast a movable object on enemy's pants within distance spell. Yo, that's actually crazy, Angry Snake Senpai. That's incredible. That's how come no one else has thought of that? Immovable object on enemy's pants within a distance spell at level 6. That's awesome. Anyway, so he says your friend being an apostle, that would mean they would be the only beings higher on the food chain than apostles are the Titans themselves. Apostles command great power and are usually under the direct command of whatever Titan they serve. Now, your friend said the word Alashtar, or their mother was Alashtar you mentioned?
yeah. I mean,
Well,
I assume we mentioned that, like, in that.
In that kind of line of questioning, that's what I was kind of getting at. So he says, from what I understand of the branded Titans, Alashtar is the Titan of memory. She plays with the mind, deceives her, not only her own servants, but everyone who comes in contact with them, causing them to forget little things at first, but then as time goes on and the greater the impact on you, on each individual, you can forget your entire being. Admittedly, she is one whose whereabouts that I don't think anybody knows. There are some Titans who have taken up residence in quite obvious locales. She has kept herself hidden to deceive from the shadows and from the sidelines. If she's got her claws into your friend, then I weep for the friend that you used to have.
Isn't there a way to help him?
Not that I know of.
I just kind of figured since there was such a strong connection to Frobari that he had.
The Gem Dragons have not tried to resolve conflicts. We just tried to stop them from happening. We haven't really investigated how to undo things that have already been. We simply exist to try and prevent further catastrophe. We're more of a reactionary species.
Roll sense motive.
Sorry, what?
Can I roll sense motive to see if he's been like truthful thus far?
So you want to do like an insight check?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Roll an insight check.
Oh yeah, it's insight instead of sense motive.
Yeah.
Let's see. 22.
22. You do realize that, like, as you're trying to do this, like, you are trying to kind of sense the intent of a being that's not even in its true form. So, you know, his facial expressions are a little weird. But from what you can tell, like, his words seem honest. He doesn't seem to be lying to you. He doesn't seem to be holding anything back, at least when you've, like, from what you guys have questioned. You know, I think as far as his intent with Monty is that he realizes that there is very few, like, you know, he kind of expresses, like, he says, like, there are very few who follow Sardior's teachings left in this world and in many others. And, you know, as we lose more and more of our standing and our power, you know, his teachings will fade to history. And as long as there are some who want to take up that mantle and continue to fight for balance and uphold those oaths, I would see it that they are able to do so with all of my might that I could lend them. And to that, you feel like he, like, as long as, like, as much as you can sense strong, you feel he's being rather, probably pretty genuine. But I mean, he's also obviously not hiding in it, like, he's hiding in his not true form, being that he's in a humanoid form. So there is still something there, but you know, obviously, if he was just a Great Worm right now, that
all the time.
Yeah, if he was a Great Worm right now, that would just cause mass panic.
The ship would be under the sea.
Yeah.
Actually, like a few. The two of the ships would be just under the sea.
Yeah.
But
Really, the unfortunate reality is, even with a 22, you really don't have a way to confirm that he is who he says he is. Other than just the vibes. So,
yeah.
Swirl, anything from you?
I think he's probably the better option to make.
It is up to you. I wish there was like some more that we could almost get out of Riz, like just a Riz.
Riz definitely knows something.
Do you guys want to speak to the other one? Rodel?
Not really.
No?
I'm gonna be honest. She's kind of a dick.
See, that's the problem. I feel like it's almost a trap to like pick him because it's like
Yeah.
maybe it's one of those situations where it's just you throwing out like almost like a trap, like a trick or something like that, where like there's just something that we're not noticing. And like the one that came off kind of weird is the real one. But like, unless we start having Riz like sniff them or something, or like
Riz does have the sniffing power, you right?
I guess.
So what do you guys want to do? I like
fucking
that.
hell. I don't know, man.
I like that I can make you guys think.
I don't know.
So he does kind of like look at you and you know, press his position a little more. He just says like, he says, Monty, I don't. Or he says Montague. He doesn't use your short form. He speaks very formally. And Montague, I don't wish to see a light like yours fade. I will continue to remain here until you make a decision, but I do fear that the one posing as Frodel had a point. If you do wait too long, it may be more difficult to take up another oath or try to salvage the one that you're currently in. But the choice is yours, and you have to make the right one.
In that case, I think we'll take him then, because our other option was, I don't know, like even if like she's not a duplicitous copy, right? She was kind of an asshole.
He called her Rodel, right?
He said she was a faker.
No, I get that, but like in that like bit, like.
He said the one posing as Frodel.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I may make a very quick suggestion.
Yep.
I do quite like the idea of potentially, so like here's what you do. You summon Rodel, or whoever the fuck the other one is, and then in front of her be like, I'm signing my patronage with this guy, and then just see how she reacts.
Could be a fun time.
When did you get home?
Man,
So how was your
it would suck for it to be like just some like other Titan or whatever, and then we have to like fucking fight with them like, too. Like, the only other thing that you could do to be certain is to basically summon both of them and then question both at the same time on stuff that you would know, but I don't know.
And you guys have been rolling oh so well on religion and history.
You know what, Zai?
The only thing that we can.
I will.
It's been a hard day for Monty.
I will remind you, Swirl, that this is
Sit your attitude.
this one's name is the one you didn't recognize.
Aliyah, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't I know who they are?
On
the roll?
Well, you were, yeah, like you. I mean, you know, so like you did, but on Monty's first attempt, he rolled miserably.
Okay.
But I mean, you could say that you're sure. Then it just comes down to how much does Monty trust Elijah, and we can really get into party politics later.
Now, Monty and Elijah, they interact all the time. They're besties.
Just, I wouldn't want to be wrong in this case. It's kind of like a bad.
It would be a weird hole for us to get into.
Man, I shouldn't have introduced the second guy. You guys were so close to just like Swirl was ready to sign her life away to the first one that showed up. I could have just been a dick.
I mean,
Okay, well,
I respect that this guy is not pushy. We have that over the other person.
well, I mean.
So you also
sign
did
on with this, or-
you guys also did remember. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but you guys also do remember. He is portraying as an amethyst dragon right now. Amethyst dragons are logical, and sometimes described as cold and calculating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's just all
really
things to
know-
consider.
I don't think he really comes off as cold or calculating, really. Like, I mean, I guess you could say logical or calculating, just not cold. But the other one was supposed to basically be, like, more social. But I mean, I wouldn't really put it against them, I guess, to be kind of irritable, like, considering that their god is fucking gone. Or at least, like, the last bit of their god's power is basically gone.
Well, basically, what they've been saying is the last bits of their god's powers are now resting with them, like with the 5.
Yeah.
Lots to consider, eh, Swirl?
Yeah.
Do you want to summon Rodell?
I think this is probably the guy to go for. I don't know. We need a solution, and I would rather the solution that is not trying to be pushy. Can we grab
Wait,
Wallace?
wait. Here's the question. He brought up like basically the whole council like breaking apart or whatever, the Thanes. Like, can Monty make like a roll on that? Like, or could they like roll to know more about?
I would say,
Michelle?
yeah, once he mentions that, if Monty wants to do a religion check at advantage, he could.
I'll fucking try.
Religion checks have been going oh so well tonight.
That's a 15. That's an 11.
Okay. With 15, you do remember a bit about your your tenets and your teachings. Basically, what he described, he says like there was a fracturing of the council. So the council of Sardior used to consist of Sardior himself at the head, and 6 gem dragons. There was Alethithalos, who is the one you're speaking to, Hrodel, Smargod, Charisma, and
Smargod?
Yep, and Tithonus. And then additionally, there was Serenus. Serenus was an obsidian dragon. She betrayed the rest of the council and was destroyed, basically destroyed, and her essence was destroyed and her soul was exiled by Sardior. But that was kind of the final nail in the coffin, because, well, when that fracturing of the council happened, that was when Bahamut and Tiamat took their opportunity to wage war on each other again when Sardior's council was weakened, and that was when Sardior fell. So the the 5 remaining Thanes often attribute that fracturing to why Sardior is dead, and as do many of Sardior's followers.
Say that one more time.
Which part?
The whole sentence.
Oh, the fracturing of that council, which ultimately kind of led to Sardior's demise, because it gave Tiamat and Bahamut the opportunity to wage war on each other. The Thanes blamed that fracturing of the council on... They carried the blame of that, but they basically blame that fracturing for the death of Sardior.
So the Thanes mismanagement between themselves led to Sardior's demise.
Yes, because when Sardior went to stop Tiamat and Bahamut, he went alone because his council was fractured. So had he had the help of the 6, he probably could have survived. But instead he had the help of none.
Alright, well, here. So it's definitely like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Zai. Why are you... Zai, I am the worst in this entire group at making hard decisions.
Well, hey, man, I'm just...
See, like,
This
I would be just like fine with this guy, but like I also, like, who knows? Maybe it's like looking easy on purpose. Especially when we didn't even talk to the other person, like, but I don't know. I just...
So, Strong, you had an insight of 20 there as well, right, on the situation?
Did I roll it like before? It was 22, but...
Oh, 22, okay, yeah. No, I would so one other thing I would give you on that insight check from before is that the way that Alith has been talking here, you know, he talked about, you know, keeping balance, intervening to keep people from harm, like that kind of theme of how a gem dragon should be and how followers of Sardior usually act. Swirl was about to sign on with Hrodel, and that was when Alith chose to intervene, which, to your interpretation, is very much on theme of how gem dragons and followers of Sardior are supposed to act. So it's from his actions, you interpret that as being very true to form.
Okay.
Well, you can at that point, if they're like, okay, like if this is the fake, then I guess Rodell will like speed over here then. But
I think we should go with him.
all right.
I think, for better or for worse, we stand with Eliath.
Okay, so you're gonna offer your oath to Alith or Aleith. How do we want to pronounce that?
think
I
so.
like Aleith. That's pretty cool.
I think I think shortened it should be Eliath.
Aleith. Okay.
Eliath Ilithos.
So you take out your pickaxe, kind of point it down at the floor to like kneel like it would be a sword, but it's a pickaxe.
Yeah, he's gonna knight me with his giant ass like war pike.
Yeah. And so he asks you. He says, given that the oath you swore before is, I guess, fleeting, he says, do you want to take this opportunity to update your oath, or do you wish to follow the same path?
I think I still stand for protecting the people, even if the odds are outstanding now.
Very well. And so he kind of like takes his one hand and you know, imbues some magic into his right hand, and you can kind of see it glows in a purplish light. And he reaches out to you and he says, with this oath, you rise again as Montague the Renewed. I will lend you as much power as I am able so that you may continue your mission. This I do swear. Do you swear to follow
Yes.
my teachings, and in return, you will be able to protect those around you?
I swear.
All right, so he offers his hand, like as a kind of like to get you up from your kneeling position.
Okay, yeah, so I'll take that.
Okay, so you guys kind of lock hands, and as you lock hands, you get a chance to kind of see into his being for a second as you're kind of swearing that allegiance to him. And you do glimpse his true form. And it is that of an amethyst great worm.
Okay.
So it would appear that he is who he said he was. And furthermore, he grants you his first blessing. So you know that spell you have called Find Steed?
Yes.
You get a tweaked version of it. Your Find Steed is able to summon something called a Dragonelle.
A Dragonelle?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually just gonna send you a page. So, oh yeah, I guess if I take that picture with my phone, I have to send the picture with my phone. That is how it works, Dwee. Alright.
The art.
The
dragon used to look like a horse.
I'm gonna send it to Loot Channel. So swirl in Loot Channel, you'll see a page. Oh god, did I get so much glare on that it's unreadable? Oh no, you can zoom in. Okay. I can maybe take a better picture, but hold up. I realized there was so much glare.
I thought the red and pink stuff on the back, which might be a person, was its mouth, and I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
Okay. There you go.
Image, where image?
It's in Loot Channel. I sent another picture with my hand covering up the glary spot.
Oh.
So, you would be able to summon this spirit in the form of a Dragonelle using the Find Greater Steed spell.
I only have Find Steed.
Well, when you get to Find Greater Steed, you have a special thing waiting for you.
That's gonna be so many levels from now.
What levels Find Greater Steed?
Sigh.
Hold on.
Here's your
Fine.
reward. You can't use it, but you can use it 5 levels from now.
Find Greater Steed is level 4.
Okay, well that's...
Oh, that's a while from now.
Oh, that is a while
That's a
for
while
Paladin.
from now. We
It's a
just got to level
4
2.
spell.
Okay,
Level,
alright.
that's at level 13.
So, I'm gonna tweak this in the capacity of
I mean, I don't want to be a
no,
lawyer with you.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
no, I'm gonna tweak it. So, you can still summon a Dragonelle with your regular Find Steed ability, but it won't be able to fly yet.
Tragic. Okay.
But it will share the same stats. It just won't have its flying abilities yet. And basically, that's just taking a page from almost basically the Drake Warden class, which is kind of the similar thing. But you have access to a cool steed.
Wait, hold on. I'm checking known languages. Oh yeah, no. Monty doesn't have have Draconic.
But it can understand Common.
Yay!
Yeah. Basically, Dragon Horse. Anyway,
Dragon Horse.
Dragon Horse. Okay. So as you do, sign on to this new oath, Rodell does show up. She kind of sits in the in the windowsill of the of where the cannon is, and she says, Aleathos, you never let me have my fun. Why do you always insist in getting in the way, old man? And he kind of looks at her and he just says, "Please stop wearing Rodell's face. You don't do her any justice." And so she looks at you, Monty, and she says, "You've signed on to a old pact of ancient and outdated ways. And you can kind of see, like, as her form shifts, like, she kind of wears like she changes out of like kind of the crystal-like clothing she was wearing, and the new form or person that she takes is all clad in kind of black dresses and cloths, very elegant, but very very dark. And it's at that point that Aleth goes, I was worried that you may still yet live, Saratas.
I also kind of suspected. Like, what if Fraldari and, like, Sardior being gone, like, they just come back? Because you said Soul was, like, exiled, not that, like, they were dead.
Yep. And she just looks at you and she says, Monty, my sweet, you will learn to regret this decision. The Thanes are weak, old beings. My soul is still vibrant and young. The power I could have shared with you, you could have been the next king of this realm. Instead, you're just another servant like the rest.
I'm not here for power, I'm here for the love of the game.
She says, oh, games that I'm sure I'll love to play. We'll meet again, but enjoy your time with this pathetic worm. As the rest of the Thanes don't hold a candle to me, and I will snuff out their lights one by one. But as I take my leave of you now, and she kind of looks to Elijah for a second, and she says, I see there are other lights that still need to be snuffed out. The silver flame does not have long. And then she kind of bows her head and flips, kind of does a little tricky backflip out the window and disappears. Oh.
Cool.
And Aleath kind of just looks back to you and he says, I'm happy, Montague, that you made the right choice and chose to trust me. I'm sorry if that choice was difficult for you, but I will do all I can to lend my power to your cause and support you where I can. With the return of Saratas, I feel that I may need to warn the other Thanes. They may not heed my call, but I must try nonetheless. After this voyage, I will leave you for a time. After we see these people to safety.
Is there some way we can keep in contact?
He says yes, and he actually speaks that directly into your mind. He says, as we are bound to each other, we now are psionically linked. So you will be able to reach me at any time.
Wonderful.
And he says it should stretch across planes as well. He says, as I will have to traverse many planes to find the other Thanes.
Cool.
But in any case, he says, I will still remain here and keep these people safe with what power I can have, but I will try and keep my true form a secret. I don't want people to rely on, well, somebody like me, who's just part of a failed council, to protect them. I would rather they look to folks like you two.
Wholesome hours.
I mean, no, I get that, but like, I would just say like you haven't necessarily failed. You're still around to carry on Stardior's like legacy. And
Oh.
teach it.
I would argue that you only fail when you stop trying.
Well, the Thanes have not tried to do much in millennia. We've watched countless worlds fall since our council was disbanded. What once was a great power is nothing more than a shell of what it once was. And divided, we are not as strong as the two. And he's indicating to Bahamut and Tiamat. Although I suppose now I should say more accurately, it's just Tiamat's power has been greatly diminished since the explosion 30 years ago. Bahamut, however, still holds much power. He was largely unimpacted by that, by the coming of the Titans. But both, from what I understand, both Sardior's champion and Tiamat's champion fell in that blast. So Tiamat has lost much of her hold on this world.
God, I could have sworn that we heard Fraldari before we I guess got out. We weren't in that space for a very long time.
It's
In our
quite
perception of things.
It's quite possible it would be very much like Fraldari to save, who he could at the cost of his own life. He alone possessed the greatest amount of Sardior's energy. It was it's a shame to lose that much of Sardior's magic to the Titans.
Well, we'll go on.
No, I was basically gonna say that I do hope, and wish well for, him finding the rest of the things, because the people of this world do actually need them.
Yeah, shit is fucked right now.
Heroes are alright, but... I mean...
Nothing beats having a dragon at your back.
Pretty much. A whole council of dragons?
All right. So with that, I think we'll wrap up here for today. Swirl has a new patron. Well, kind of. Patron adjacent.
I have a fucking, I don't know, demi-patron.
Basically it's a new...
Why is there a horse up there?
I think that was
That's
Cactus's.
Shade.
That was Cactus's doing.
Shade left because he wasn't feeling
they're,
well and he just
powerful
became a
enough
horse.
to be patrons. It's
Yeah, well, they
you
have...
have to be a god to be a patron specifically.
Basically...
Oh, wait, no. You're a paladin, right?
Yeah, basically they have, a fraction of Sardior's power, enough that, basically if you're looking at it from a specific sense, in terms of all of the power of Sardior's magic that remains in this world, they possess a fifth of it. More or less. So, yeah, it's still a good chunk of magic. And divine power. I'm going to save this for tonight. Seafaring encounters, run to Twerok, overwrite. So congratulations, Swirl. You made the right choice.
So,
Yay!
Let's see. Who can we raid today? Razdour is still streaming after 4 hours, bruh. Okay, let's...
The man will not stop playing Silk Song. He's
Well,
got a problem.
let's-
He's asking me to co-host that. I'm like,
Dude,
you're so
Silk
far ahead of me,
Song.
man.
Silk Song's so good though.
Oh, he
been
just...
so long.
he just fucking died. Anyway, let's go make fun of him.
That's very